Konnichiwa, Mini-san. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing great and wonderful. Today I'll be reacting to a video. If you can't respect Japan, don't come. But before I get started, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and kindly subscribe to my channel. This video is from Steve, so let's get right straight to the video.
Are you interested in Japan? Then do me a favor and stick around. You're going to want to hear what I'm going to talk about. 日本人の方へメッセージがあります。本日の動画、英語でやらせていただきます。外国人に話したいこといろいろあるので、字幕を入れとくので、そのままぜひご覧ください。最後まで。スティーブ的視点のスティーブと言います。チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いします。Guys, my name is Steve. The name of this channel is Steve's POV. As you can see from my shirt, and everything that I do has been dedicated to Japan since the 90s. I'm 54 years old, and I first went to Japan in 1991. The reason I want to talk to you today, and I want to talk to you in English today, is because there's a lot of things going on in Japan that have been bothering me lately. I don't live in Japan anymore. I lived in Japan in the 90s for a few years, but I'm in America, and I travel back and forth to Japan quite a bit. I read Japanese Twitter, I watch Japanese YouTubes, and I look at a lot of things going on and gauge Japanese reactions to things that are happening in Japan. And unfortunately, foreigners, non-Japanese people, have been causing a lot of problems in Japan. A lot of very, very public type of problems. And this isn't something new. It's been going on for a few years, but it doesn't seem to be getting any better. It seems to be getting worse, in fact. I talked about this several months ago on my channel. There's a video. I talk about the concept of meiwaku in Japan. Meiwaku is a concept in Japan about annoyance, nuisance, bothering other people, not thinking about other people. Here lies the problem. A lot of people go to Japan, and I can't blame you for wanting to go. It's a beautiful country, beautiful people, things are cheap, the yen is cheap. It is probably the best place on earth to travel right now when you think of everything. Safety, food, enjoyment. But unfortunately, a lot of people are going to Japan with bad intentions, not to enjoy the beauty and all the good things that Japan has to bring, but to take advantage of a cheap place to travel, to take advantage of nice people, to take advantage of a culture that really wants to welcome everybody into Japan and wants people to enjoy Japan very much. Yet there are people who, for whatever their intentions are, whatever it is, want to go to Japan to hurt it, to destroy it, to take advantage of things. In the process of what they're doing by doing that, they're making life for people who really enjoy Japan, not just Japanese people who love their country and want to enjoy their country, but people like me, people who live in Japan for a long, long time, people who have dedicated their life to being in Japan, people who chose to live in Japan because of how safe it is, because of how peaceful it is, because of how nice things are, because of how delicious things are, because it is a wonderful, wonderful country that unfortunately is getting destroyed and is being taken advantage of by, I'd like to think, a handful of people, but these handful of people who go there and do these things, sometimes intentionally, perhaps sometimes not intentionally, is casting a shade over people with good intentions who really love Japan and care about what's going on there. All foreigners are under a spotlight now. A lot of Japanese are getting to the point that they don't want foreigners in the country. And that's sad. It's really, really sad. When I got to Japan initially in 1991, there wasn't a lot of foreign people in Japan. Everywhere you went, there was Japanese people. 99.9% of anywhere and any place you went was all Japanese people. For me, that was a great thing. I wanted to learn Japanese. I wanted to assimilate into the culture. I wanted to learn things and hang out with Japanese people. That's why I was there. I wanted to open my mind up to different cultural things. And here we are 30 some odd years later, and you walk around Japan now in Tokyo and other big cities, and even in the countryside, there's a lot of foreign people. There's a lot of non-Japanese people, people from all over the world. There's a lot of reasons for that, and we're not going to discuss that in today's video, but what I do want to discuss is, if you want to go to Japan, you want to enjoy your time there fully, I have some advice that I think you ought to listen to. Japanese want to welcome you to Japan. They want foreign people to come and enjoy the best of what Japan has to offer, but they want you to respect their country. It's almost amazing to me that we have to talk about respect. That you go to a different place, not just Japan, any place. In your own country, you go somewhere that's not your own. Respect. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. You go someplace, you see how people do things, you see their mannerisms, you see how people conduct themselves, and you try to adapt and try to make yourself one with those people, not to be different, but to fit in and to assimilate. In my opinion, that's what a guest in a country, We're guests in Japan. I'm a guest in Japan. As much as I speak Japanese and I love Japan, when I go there, I'm a guest. I'm an American, a proud American who goes to Japan. I love Japan. I care about Japan. I'm a guest, though. I'm still a guest in the country. I try my best to fit in. I try my best to speak the language. I try my best to assimilate. I try my best to share Japanese culture with people who don't know it so that when they go to Japan, they too can feel comfortable and enjoy the place. And the goal, the key to this is respect. Not taking preconceived, your own country's notions there. Not expecting the Japanese to adapt to you, but going there and adapting to the culture there, adapting to the way things go. Maybe spending a little time before you go to Japan to open up some resources online, anywhere else. There's no excuse for not studying, watching videos like this and learning certain things about the culture there. What's appropriate? What might not be appropriate? If you're like most of the people that I know, you want to go to Japan and you want to enjoy yourself. You want to go to Japan because you love it. You want to go to Japan because you love cars, you love food, you love culture, you want to learn. You've heard so much about this country so far away that has brought us in other countries so much technology and so many developments and so many good things that we enjoy. We want to go there and enjoy it. What's the key to doing it? Respecting the culture. Remembering the old phrase, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. When in Japan, do as the Japanese do. You may make mistakes. The Japanese are very forgiving. They're very nice people. But don't go there and take advantage of their kindness. Don't go there and take advantage of their lack of English ability. Don't go there expecting that everybody should speak English or that everybody should adapt to your ways. It's not your country. It's their country. And part of enjoying going someplace is learning those things. Maybe you'll make some mistakes. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe it'll be some laughs. But look around. See what's going on. Think about the people who live in Japan. Think about the people in Japan who really up until 20, 30 years ago was the majority all Japanese. There were foreign travelers there who they welcomed to Japan. They still do. But not when their lives are adversely affected by the actions of tourists and different people in Japan. There's some things I think as tourists in Japan you can't control. You know, the Japanese are upset about over-tourism. Is that your fault as a foreigner going to Japan? No. Like I said, I can't blame you or me for wanting to go to Japan. It's cheap, it's good, it's delicious, it's safe. But we want it to stay that way, right? Japanese want it to stay that way. They want their culture to be respected. And unfortunately, you see too many incidents of disgusting actions by foreigners. However few it may be, it puts a bad light over all foreigners. And for the foreigners who've dedicated their lives to learning Japanese, to living in Japan, to marrying somebody maybe from Japan and living there, raising children there, wanting their children themselves to adapt and to be part of Japanese culture as much as they can be, even with a foreign face like mine or many other foreign faces that live in Japan. Think about what your short-term actions when you go to a country acting like an idiot, doing stupid things, not understanding that it's a small country with a lot of people. Things work differently than they do certainly here in the United States. Understanding that, respecting that, showing the Japanese that you're trying to adapt and understand and relate to their culture will take you a long, long way in Japan. Japanese will appreciate you. They'll welcome you. They'll invite you back to Japan. But if you go there with an attitude, you go there to disgrace Japanese people, make fun of the culture, disobey rules, not listen to people trying to tell you not to do something, not do a little research before you go about what's normal, what's not normal, what's acceptable, what's not, please don't go. Please don't make your selfish actions to go for a few days to have fun and then film something, you doing something stupid in Japan and putting it up thinking you're going to be a viral video star for doing stuff like that. While thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of good people who've worked their lives so hard and Japanese people who love their country and quite honestly are not going to put up with this stuff much, much longer. And the result's not going to be good for anybody at that point. They're not going to want foreigners to come to Japan. They're not going to cater to foreigners. Omotenashi, the Japanese hospitality, we don't want that to go away. It's something beautiful. It's something we can all learn from Japan. I try to learn from Japan these beautiful qualities that the country has. The delicious food that I brought from Japan and now I'm making in Texas. I don't want that to change. I don't want the Japanese to hate foreign people. And I'm starting to see, because of these things, a lot more of that coming up, and it's bothering me. And I wanted to have this talk, and I wanted to do it in English, because my previous videos were all in Japanese, and while they got millions of views, and they got viewed by Japanese and non-Japanese alike, I think many Japanese want me to talk directly to non-Japanese people, to the people coming to Japan who are causing some of these problems. Please, don't be selfish. Go someplace, respect the country. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. In any country you go to, be respectful. Be mindful. Do a little research. Understand the culture. Open your mind up. Enjoy. Don't disgrace yourself. Don't put a bad light on all other foreign people. Don't make every American look like an idiot or every person from whatever country is. Your single action as a single person representing your country as a foreigner in Japan has an effect on so many more people. Think about that a little bit when you go there. Japanese think that way. That's what meiwaku is about. Not just thinking about your own actions, but thinking about what you do and its effect on others around you. That's the concept of meiwaku. It's difficult to think about it as an American. You know, we don't think necessarily to that degree, but it's something that really we can all learn from and something I respect quite a bit. So enjoy Japan. Enjoy everything it has to offer you. I'm telling you, you're going to want to go back again. Be nice to Japanese people. I promise you they'll be nice to you too. Be respectful. They're facing a lot of difficulties right now in Japan, a country that's changing very quickly, but don't make it a reason not to go and enjoy. Be respectful. Smile. Thumbs up will take you places in Japan as well. More than anything, really, I want you to enjoy Japan. If you have any comments about this video today, please leave them below. I thank you for watching. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. I do videos, again, mostly in Japanese with English subtitles most of the time. They're about cars, they're about food, they're about culture, and whatever my POV, my point of view, leads me to. So, thumbs up always. I have my own line of merchandise. It's on stevespov.jp in Japan, stevespov.com in America, and on Amazon in Japan. Cool things like this. Got the thumbs up fortune cat set right there. Thumbs up. Got some Hakosuka stickers as well for the car people. And some keychains with thumbs up and Steve's POV message. Available free shipping in Japan and the United States. 日本人の方、英語のままの動画をご覧いただきまして、誠にありがとうございます。本日の動画はやっぱり外国人にアピールしたくて必要だったと思います。ご理解ありがとうございます。じゃあ日々、前進前向きにやっていきましょうね。チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。では次回までサムズアップです。失礼します。
Thank you, Steve POV, for this wonderful video, guys. This is so interesting. I don't like people who cause trouble to others, guys. It's not cool for foreigners to cause trouble because the Japanese people, they are so polite and all, guys. So thank you so much, Steve, for your service to Japan, guys. I sincerely hope that this will reach the hearts of people from other countries who have never been to Japan. This is really amazing. I'm sure many Japanese are touched by your kindness and courage. And also, I think foreigners should study Japanese culture, guys, before traveling there. So that's it for this video. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and kindly subscribe to my channel. Like, share, and drop your recommendations. See you guys in the next video. Bye, lovies.